Hi, welcome to the day 5 of 10-minute wrap-up series. In this video, we will learn about federalism and local self-governance, which are the two most important concepts asked in GS2 mains polity syllabus. There is no single mains question paper from the past 10 years without the question on federalism and local self-governance. Now we will see what all PYQs asked on these topics. Although federalism is a basic feature of Indian constitution, the strong unitary bias is against the concept of federalism, which was asked in 2014. The concept of cooperative federalism and the challenges of federalism in present structure and how this cooperative federalism is addressing these challenges. How far do you think competition, cooperation, and confrontation have shaped the nature of federalism, which was asked in 2020? Another important type of question which is asked by UPSC is federalism is linked to the current affairs topic. For example, 101st Constitutional Amendment Act, that is GST, asked in 2023, Epidemics Act, which was in news during the COVID-19, which was asked in 2020, and 69th Constitutional Amendment Act, which is the powers of Lieutenant Governor General versus Chief Minister of Delhi, which was in news during 2016. Now we'll see what all PYQs asked on local self-governance. The one important type of question is asked, that is role of local bodies in improving the governance, and they will ask about pros, cons, and measures to suggest. This is repeated multiple times, 5 times in last 10 years. It was asked in 2024, 2022, 2018, 2017, and 2015. And one of the most famous question was the strength and sustenance of local institutions in India have shifted from the formative phases of functions, functionaries, and funds to the functionality. And what are the challenges therein, which was asked in 2020. And financial resources of panchayats, and what are the other sources you can recommend, which was asked in 2018. Now we will see what all content we need to remember to write an answer on federalism. Whenever there is a question on federalism, we can start with a definition. Federalism is a system of governance where two or more levels of government share the authority over the same territory and people. I repeat, federalism is a system of governance where two or more levels of government share authority over the same territory and the people. And next, what is the feature of federalism in India? First feature is division of power. For example, in the 7th schedule, which is divided into central list, state list, and concurrent list. States' autonomy in the legislative, administrative, and financial spheres. And one of the most important feature of federalism is written constitution. And another important feature is independence of judiciary, where judiciary protects the interest of the states. And now we'll see what is the rationale behind the strong unitary bias. To defend the strong unitary bias, we can start with the point. There was a need for post-independent national building, and there was a socio-cultural diversity where state represents different cultures. There was a need for economic planning and informed development, so central's role in development was important, and emergency management, where center acts as a coordination center between states. And to avoid the balkanization, that is indestructible union of destructible states, uneven political and administrative capacities, where strong center provides the governance continuity, stability, and uniformity in the laws, and the principle of single citizenship and integrated judiciary. And the next important dimension is, what are the criticism of Indian federalism? Strong center bias, which is called as quasi-federal in nature, and misuse of Article 356, that is state emergency, and weak role of Rajya Sabha, where Rajya Sabha is expected to act as federal counterbalance. Governor's role as center agent, where governance acts according to the value of partisanship and delays in the bills by the advice of the center. Central control over finances, for example, GST, that is 101st Constitutional Amendment Act, undermining the state autonomy via concurrent list. For example, doctrine of repugnancy, where whenever there is a tussle between central laws and the state laws, the central law will prevail over the state law. And the last important criticism is one size fits all approach, which leads to shrinking of asymmetrical federalism. Next, we will see what all key committees you can write in your answer while writing federalism. Sarkari Commission, Punchi Commission, NCRWC, that is National Commission on Reviewing Working of Constitution, Finance Commission. You can mention these key recommendations of these committees, and we will see what we can write in the way forward. Strengthen cooperative federalism, which was mentioned in a Serbome case in 1994, and there is a need for regular meetings of interstate councils. Next is reform financial federalism, that is increasing state financial autonomy, and clarify use of Article 356, which was given in SR Bomme case in 1994, and they define the role and tenure of governor, through which governor can uphold the value of non-partisanship, which was given in the case of BP single case. And next is decentralized administrative functions, that is strengthen zonal councils and transfer more administrative and planning powers to the state. Next important way forward you can suggest is ensure clarity in concurrent legislation. And we'll see what we can write in the conclusion. Indian federalism is not a static structure but a dynamic partnership which balances unity with diversity, central strength with state autonomy, constitutional design with political realities. I repeat, Indian federalism is not a static structure but dynamic partnership where it balances unity with diversity, central strength with state autonomy, constitutional design with political realities. Now we will learn about next topic, that is local self-governance. As I told previously, the most important theme covered by UPSC is the role of local bodies in providing the good governance, which was asked in 2015, 18, 22, and 24. This is the most important question repeated almost 5 times in last 10 years. Now we'll see what we can write in the introduction whenever there is a question on local self-government. Local self-government is a cornerstone of democratic deepening and participatory development. The 73rd and 74th Constitutional Amendment Act enables the grassroots democracy. I repeat, local self-government is a cornerstone of democratic deepening and participatory development. The 73rd and 74th Constitutional Amendment Act enables the grassroots democracy. Now we'll see what all points we can write in the role in providing good governance. First one is local self-governance ensures participatory governance and local planning. For example, Kerala Grama Sabha's role in local development budgets. Effective public service delivery. For example, Tamil Nadu local bodies role in Anganwadis and primary health centers. Social justice promotion, which is a most important principle of Indian Constitution, which is mentioned in the preamble. For example, according to the Ministry of Panchayat Raj, the strength of women in panchayats is 46%. Local resource mobilization, where local self-governments help in the resource mobilization. Community-based natural resource management. For example, Nagaland Village Council role in forest conservation. And digital transparency governance. For example, e-Gram Swaraj portal, which ensures transparency in the governance. And also there is a data that e-Gram Swaraj portal tracks 2.5 lakhs panchayat development plans online. And next important role is disaster and crisis management, where local self-governments play the most important role in managing the disasters and crises. Next important dimension is what are the challenges faced by local self-governance. First one is inadequate devolution of powers. According to the report published by Ministry of Panchayat Raj in 2025, most of the states devolved only 15 subjects out of 29 subjects. Next one is financial constraints, where rural local bodies lack their own source revenue. According to the 15th Finance Commission, the own source revenue of local bodies is less than 1%. Capacity and skill gaps. For example, training gaps in 40% of the gram panchayats. Next one is elite capture and social inequalities, where powers of panchayats are captured by certain elite social groups. And next important challenge is irregular elections and political interference. Weak administrative support. According to the CAG report, there is a lack of technical staff in rural local bodies. Poor transparency and accountability mechanisms. According to the report of Ministry of Panchayat Raj, only 60% of the gram panchayats conducted the social audits of centrally sponsored scheme. The most typical challenge is Panchpati or Pradhanapati system. That is, woman is only symbolic head where real power is exercised by her husband. That is called as Pradhanapati system or Panchpati. Now we'll see what we can write in the way forward. As mentioned by second ARC recommendations, demarcation of function of each tier of the governments, affecting auditing mechanisms like social audits, enhancing transparency and accountability, for example, through e-Swaraj, e-Gram Swaraj portal, and functional devolution, local capacity building, as mentioned by Punch Commission. In the conclusion, you can write Hence, greater devolution, improved coordination, and strengthened participation are crucial to enhance the functionality of the Indian local governance. I repeat, greater devolution, improved coordination, strengthened participation are crucial to enhance the functionality of India's local governance. If you know this much content about federalism and local self government, you can manage any question asked on these two topics. I will come up with the next important theme. Until then, I hereby signing off, one of the unreserved mind of UPSC community. Thank you.